Tell us about creation.
Well, I've written 9 novels now, and I think of all of them, creation is the most meaningful and the most important. Not that it'll be the last one, but it has been it is the most meaningful. Both creation and my novel Red are set in the land of Alameth, and which I specifically use fantasy to explain the spiritual realm. And in this story, there's a ton of gifted people who have a lot of talents and a lot of abilities. And I'm able to use the fantasy to demonstrate what's happening in the spiritual realm, whether it's good or it's bad or it's self-serving or just self-expression. I'm able to show what's happening, and that was a lot of fun and brings this particular story to particular light.
What do you want people to know about this story?
I'd say this book, Creation, holds a great deal of my life message so far, and some of the greatest revelations of truth that I've learned in life so far. So I think, I would like people to know that. I had fun writing it. I've had the opportunity to know a lot of artistic people, everything from songwriters to poets, and just being a creative person myself. I after hearing their stories, I realized that I had a lot in common with them, and mostly in the challenges that we faced, particularly those of us who functioned in spiritual communities, and so I'm able to demonstrate some of the challenges that creative and artistic people often run into. Creation is actually a huge metaphor for those challenges, among many other metaphors that it holds. It's just a testament to the creative person's struggles, their desires, and their tendencies. And I also think it would be a great read for people who want to understand the artistic, and not to mention that it's just a hugely imaginative story. So if you enjoy fairy tales or fantasy or steampunk, I think it will definitely draw you.
What was your favorite part of the story?
My favorite part of the story had to be the central character, Pint. She has a rare gift of creation, and at the beginning of the story, she's known as Pint, and then her character arcs into being known as Creation, which is what she does. I liked watching her navigate through all of her struggles and challenges and her talents until she reaches the conclusions that she does.
Okay, so some questions from your readers. Which was your favorite scene to write?
I think my favorite scene to write had to be the unicorn scene, for sure.
Will the Picaros make a comeback in any future stories?
Well, just for those who haven't read the book yet, the Picaros are a group of, well, they're like superheroes. They're extremely gifted and talented and have all these different varied abilities. And they travel over to Hadithi, where Pint lives. They're from the land of Alameth, and which is this hidden kingdom where all these great and amazing things happen. And that's where she meets them, is in her land. And so they're just a really, really cool group. And so I liked them. So in answer to that question, I'd have to say, yeah, they're probably going to make a comeback.
Which character was your favorite?
Well, that is a toss-up. I think, to be ornery, I would say Frank, because he was deliciously annoying. But in all fairness, I would have to say Elements. Elements was my favorite character. He was really, really cool, and he was wildly talented, and just plays a great part throughout the entire book. He's very ornery.
The Picaros are all uniquely gifted. Which gift was your favorite?
That is also a toss-up. I really liked Element's gifts. I liked Harlan's. Phineas had some cool stuff going on, so I really couldn't say.
If an artistic or creative person was caught in a situation like Pint, what would you recommend for them?
Well, without knowing any of the specifics, I would say that God will make a way for you, and if you pray when there seems to be no way. And I've been in a similar situation, and so have many people that I've known. And you might have to make some tough decisions. But when your opportunity to move forward happens, I say take it and do not look back.
Would you read a scene for us?
I would be happy to. So this is part of the unicorn scene, and so it's just one of my favorites to write here. To my amazement, before us on the beach, no more than a dozen yards to the left, was the most beautiful creature I had ever laid eyes on. The horse itself stood taller than any I had seen, a pale, spotless white stallion that shone starkly in the gray lighting of the open beach. With the whipping waves behind him, his muscular hide rippled like velvet as he pranced on uneasy hooves, as if he could see us and was uncertain if he wanted to stay or not. In his restlessness, each step he took was so delicate, so carefully placed, that not even the soft, wet turf beneath its hooves was left marked or disturbed as he moved. Even apart from its single large, spiraling, pointed horn, the creature would have been an extraordinary animal, but this solitary feature somehow served to transform the beast into a breathtaking sight. I was quite certain I was holding my breath. I had no idea Hadithi held such a creature, I murmured. I did not expect the colonel to catch my words, given so softly into the wind, but his response proved he had indeed heard me. He said quietly, somewhere close behind, "What we are born into isn't always what we are."